Hi, welcome back to the channel. It is the end of February and it's snowing again. So what do you do? Anyway, we have a show coming up in the middle of March. I don't think any of us are going to get the bikes out. There's just so much snow. But the good thing is the weathermen say it's going to get milder. So I think I'd just like to chat before I post my Nova Scotia videos. And I'll do an update on the bikes, what I've been doing on my bikes. And let's talk about the demographics. This, colorless. It's colorless. Is this the norm? I'd like to hear your opinions. And how about AI? I don't know about you, but my YouTube feed now is getting full of AI crap. Anyway, let's talk about that. And I'm going to show you the H1 update and two other I've been working on. So let's get at it. As you will see in the Nova Scotia videos, this is the bike I took along with my Kawasaki H2. This is, if you're not familiar with this Ariel, it is a 500 single. It's a VHA. VH indicates 500A alloy. In one of the videos I did when I replaced all the bushings, I did a little mod and I added an H1 steering damper. And the idea behind that, it just basically makes it a rear shock. So how does it work? I think it works pretty damn good. So, but a lot of guys don't like it because that's not original. And just a couple of weeks ago, I pulled the front end off, put new fork seals in, and inside here, Ariel put called anti-rattle rubbers. So what happened was the rubbers get compressed, the little washers not so good. Dragonfly has sent me one last year and they're still out of stock. So my solution was I ended up ordering a couple of round rubbers from a UK firm. And you can have them custom sized made. And that's what I did. I had 36 millimeter outside, 30 millimeter inside. They're 2 millimeter thick, so they come in a package of 4. I stacked them with my steel washer. Perfect. And let's go have a look at the 31 Norton. I'll show you what I've done with that. And here it is, my 31 Norton. 500cc twin port, called the Model 20. So what I did was, there are no bushings. Same as my Ariel, 31 Ariel. There are no bushings in these here at all. They just run steel on steel. So a few years ago, all these were worn. This one wasn't bad. I had new bushings. Coulter Machine Shop put the new bushings in for me. And then last fall, as I was pushing this in, I noticed I had a fair bit of play here. So off it comes. And Kevin down at Coulter's Machine did a nice job of putting 2 new bushings in for me. So I'm good to go for 2026 on this old girl. And over here, the Barn Find 69H1. Oh, what happened? Anyway, we're cleaning up. I got the paint off, painted that. That's just, I got to clear coat it yet. And here, they got the cover off. I have yet to strip it. Now, in the video, I did show that I was leaking oil at the oil pump. So I pulled everything off because I was going to replace this line. I got a spare one, only to discover, you can see all the lines have air. And over here, you might be able to see a little better. So what happened was I come out here just to look and there was oil all over the place. It's not from the oil line, it's the oil pump. So I got the oil pump now right here. Excuse the mess. Old, this, oh, by the way, before I get to that, this is the original carb off the 31 Norton that when the guy raced it back in the 30s, this is what they did. They cut it and modified it and extended it. And that was the hot trick. But the problem is I had this board for a new slide, and now it doesn't want to, it idles too high. And I cannot solve that problem right yet. I don't know what it is. Anyway, back to this. Here's the old pump. It appears to be two places, either leaking here or it's leaking here at the end despite everything being tight. So I'm waiting for a rebuild kit to come with new seals, etc. And hopefully that solves the problem and I'll get it all back together for spring, because as I mentioned in the video, I want to go for a ride with it. I think my buddy's itching to try it. So the other bike is not mine here. I'll show it to you. KZ1000 belongs to my buddy. I had to fix a whole bunch of wires in here. Lord. Anyway, I think I still have a video of it. If I do, I will post it. I didn't have to touch the carbs. It fired right up and it runs pretty good. The only problem is that should be a drain screw. And they've done that. They must have had these carbs off and they put the float bowls on wrong. It's a bit of a pain. But it does run good. It sounds good. Just needs a lot of TLC. And if you're wondering where my RD350 is, it's in the trailer getting ready for the show. The other 69H1 is here. It is now in the other barn because I had to put fork seals on my Ariel. And my garage gets pretty crowded. Well, that's my update. So let's talk about gray hair. Yes, colorless hair. Are we the norm now? It seems every time I go for a bike ride, doesn't matter where it is, almost 98% of the people I see are this. Is that the new norm? And the question comes up, what will happen to these bikes when we go? The younger guys probably, I mean, I grew up with the RD350s, the Kawasaki triples, the British bikes, Harley Davidsons. When we were young, motorcycling was vastly different than it is today. You go to any group runs. There used to be, here where I am, we used to have rides all the time. We used to have numerous club events, whether they're the Goldwing Riders, a bikers group would have a road run. There was so much of that. Now there's very little. We have bike nights. That seems to be the new norm now, bike nights, which is great. That's great. You have moto socials. That's great. People get to come and gather and gab. But where are the young people? I'm fortunate that my son, I got two sons, one in Nova Scotia who rides 650 Triumph. He can't ride it much because he's got young ones. The other one, the lad lives not far from here, about 30 miles. He's now, well, he loves the Kawasaki triples. So he's starting his own collection. So he will be out, hopefully this year, 2026, he'll be out riding with us. But for the average young guy, I mean, I'd like to hear your opinion. Has it changed? When we were growing up, everything was motorcycles, wasn't it? Everything was motorcycles. Today, it's iPhones, gaming, rush, 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 rush. I don't know. It's a different world, I think, from what I grew up with. So let's talk about AI. I won't keep the video long, but let's talk about AI. As I mentioned, every time I go on my YouTube channel now, It's filled with AI stuff. You know, like, what did they do in the 1300s? How did real cowboys live? The one that I really noticed last year was I watched a 10 best places to go to, and I realized this guy didn't film this himself. He stole video from all the other creators, and then he AI'd over everything. That kind of irked me because this guy's got like 200,000 views. And if you look at a creator who will say, let's say 10 best places to see in Alabama, for instance, he'll go out and he'll tell you that. 10,000 views, 5,000 views. So, and that's the same with guys, the creators who actually sit behind a camera that are far better than I am, that they talk about their trips and stuff. And their viewership is up there, but it's not where it should be. But if you watch AI, it's out of reach. The other thing with AI I noticed, and correct me if I'm wrong, but if you watch a brand, let's say The History of Ariel, there is a nice one out there that's done back in the 80s, but let's say today, I could go and steal all the videos I can on Ariels. Type in what I want AI to say, and boom, away it goes. The problem is, a lot of times, they are inaccurate and or misleading at times. They're misleading the viewer. Because I'll hear, hey, did you see that? No, that's not true. That's not true. That's AI. So along with a whole bunch of other people now on the net, me included, we try to boycott any AI stuff. And we encourage people, do not click on an AI story. There are guys out there, for instance, the one I like to watch is Appalachian Stories, where the guy sits down and he tells you the story. Perfect. I like stuff like that, but not AI created. And I just watched one here about an event here in Ontario, and he never spoke in front of the camera. Then I realized it's all AI generated because there are certain names he couldn't pronounce, and it was AI generated, and you can tell when it's AI generated. Shut it off and moved on. It's sad. So in 2026, stop watching AI crap. Support the creator. We're out there. Whether you support me or not, there's guys out there who do better videos than I do. Anyway, 2026 is upon us. I'm hoping to see a lot of the guys out there. I'll be back in Nova Scotia in August. And I'm hoping to see some vintage bikes. I did meet a guy. I'll throw it out there. I don't want to mention his name. He knows who he is if he's watching. I was outside of Riverport. And I can't remember not Riverport. Bay. Oh, I forgot it already. Anyway, I was looking at a historic cemetery that goes way back to the 1700s. And as I'm coming out, he went by through a highway and he noticed my Ariel. Pulls in, and he had just bought himself a Laverda. Nice. So we're now friends. Great. But I don't meet very many people on vintage motorcycles in Nova Scotia. I don't know why. I just don't see them. There are guys out there who do ride. I've now become friends with a gentleman on the other side of the Bay of Fundy, Gary, who rides a 500 Vincent. But again, I don't know what bikes I'm going to take. I may take another, and I'm supposed to be doing the Cabot Trail with two friends of mine. And we'll see how that progresses. And my bucket list, I want to do the Cabot Trail on my Ariel. And some people think I'm nuts, but you know, I'll end it with, get your bike out, ride it, enjoy it. If it's unique, people love to hear it. And if you're not riding them, you're hiding them. Thanks for watching, guys. And hopefully we get to meet you somewhere on the road someplace.